Multiple years into collecting records again, I think I've got stuff moving in the right direction. I'm getting stuff dialed in. I'm happy with the audio gear that I have. I actually have a couple different setups that I cycle back and forth. I am going to be going back to the Macintosh integrated 6100, that vintage Mac that I have that I love. I just kind of cycled in the Harman Kardon 730 twin powered because I just kind of want to keep this stuff in circulation, like starting a vintage car and driving it around the block. I'm repeating myself. I talked about this 2 or 3 videos ago. But yeah, I mean, we've been in our new house now for about 14 months. I made an investment on some really nice shelving that I'm pleased with from a company called Modern Shelving. And the record collection is coming along. I spent a little more time today trying to get records off of the floor onto the shelves. And, in doing so, it's always interesting. I just found out I've got 3 copies of this record. Now, there's nothing wrong with this record. Obviously, I've bought it 3 times. One of my favorite James Taylor's records. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get rid of some of the duplicates. Of course, I checked which pressing plants were of those 3, and I kept what I thought was the best. I think it's a Los Angeles pressing. But then, of course, I came across another situation. I'm going to digress a little bit here. I'm going to take a peek behind the curtain. My wife and I are driving home from breakfast today. The original Pancake House relocated from an old location to a new location, which is dangerously close to our home. And, a very satisfying, very nice breakfast. I always upgrade. If you have one of the egg specialties, you get a couple silver dollar pancakes on the side. I always upgrade to the sourdough pancakes instead of the run-of-the-mill buttermilk. Pro tip. Anyway, we're driving home, and we have Sirius XM in my vehicle. My wife has that in her vehicle as well. We're listening to the new John Mayer Life channel. And a Nick Drake song comes on. I made a comment, you never hear that on the radio. I don't care if it's satellite or old school radio. You never hear Nick Drake. Unless you're maybe near a college campus and it's after midnight. Then I could probably see that happening if you're in Berkeley or Ann Arbor or other places. And it got me to thinking, she first of all said, well, who's Nick Drake? And I was kind of shocked. I mean, I respect my wife's music intelligence and her taste. I wouldn't be with her if I didn't respect that. But yeah, she was kind of in the dark about Nick Drake. So, of course, I recommended an incredible podcast episode that aired maybe 10 years ago now from a podcast called, I think, 99% Invisible. And I'm going to drop a link to that. It's about an hour of your time. And it talks about the resurgence of Nick Drake. This was 10 years ago, I think, after Volkswagen put one of the songs on a VW TV ad. But it's a very cool listen. It goes through the entire history of Nick Drake, his troubled life, and a great overview of the breathtaking music that he put out while he was alive. So I'm going through the collection this weekend, again, trying to pick up stuff off the floor, filing things, putting some things in Discogs, and, I realized that I have a very well-regarded box set called Nick Drake's Fruit Tree, the collected works, the complete collected works. These records, this is a 3-record set, and it has Five Leaves Left, Brighter, Later, and Pink Moon in their entirety. The knock on this collection is that they tacked on 4 songs that Nick Drake recorded after the release of Pink Moon. Those are tacked on to the end of side 2 of the Pink Moon record, record 3 in this 3-record set. Remember, Pink Moon is about, 32 minutes of music? Something like that. So there was space available, and I think it's pretty cool. You have these 4 bonus tracks from Nick Drake. The package, definitely not as eye-catching, as beautiful as the original covers. The important thing here is these were cut in 1979 from the existing analog master tapes. This entire project was overseen by Joe Boyd, the original producer of Nick Drake. An incredible producer who did so much stuff with Fairport Convention, Nick Drake, Richard Thompson, and many others. He produced a record with Robin Hitchcock called The Man Upstairs from, I'm thinking 2014, 2015. Great record, by the way. This set comes with a really nice booklet with history and recording notes. There are kind of, one drawback of this box set is the records come in individual sleeves and you don't get the original cover art. You get these kind of illustrations that are interesting, but again, this overall package is all about sound quality, and you're getting the original way this music was originally recorded and mastered. Remastered by a great mastering engineer named John Dent, who I think passed away in 2017, doing a quick look up before I did the video. He always, for mastered copies that he did in pressings, he used JONZ as kind of his kind of calling card into Dead Wax. You'll probably be able to see the last 4 tracks that have an asterisk. So those were not on Pink Moon. Those are the additional tracks. And let me just say, these are not throwaway tracks. They were probably going to be on a forthcoming album if things would have went differently with Nick. Voice from the Mountain, Rider on the Wheel, Black-Eyed Dog is an amazing song. A very dark, sparse, but Nick Drake on acoustic guitar, incredibly deft. Is that the right word? I think it is. A very accomplished guitar player as well as piano. And then the last song on this collection, Hanging on a Star, clocking in at 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Nick Drake, vocal, guitar, piano. All songs written by Nick Drake, published by Warlock Music. Engineer John Wood at Sound Techniques. John Wood was the original engineer. Another legendary figure. I have done a separate video on the legendary Sound Techniques studio, which was in the Chelsea neighborhood in London. It is no longer there. I'm going to drop a link to that. So the crux of my video today is, in going through the collection, realizing that I have a very nice box set of Nick Drake stuff, all analog, AAA. And if you have done any research on trying to find the original island pressings, you will know prices are getting really, really high, even for second pressings, even for first American pressings. And I have the Simply Vinyl release from around 2000 for 5 Leaves Left. And then I have the Back to Black Brighter Later release. Neither of these came from the original master tapes. I think this, if looking up in Discogs, it said it was from a dub copy of the master tape. And I believe we know that the Simply Vinyl, this is a digitally sourced or digitally enhanced recording. Both of those records sound great, but do I need them in my collection when I already have the Fruit Tree box? I've come to the conclusion today I don't. So I think I'm going to list those on Discogs. But that is a quick video today. I will tell you that I'm recording something very special tomorrow. My first remote video at a different location. I've done some walkabouts in record shops, but we're actually going to be doing a sit-down fun video tomorrow that I hope to get out on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. What are your thoughts on collecting Nick Drake? Are you after the originals? Are you aware of this Fruit Tree box set? There was also an expanded fourth LP on a later edition, but this is a 1979. This is a UK version. All of the records were on the Island label as it appeared in 1979. There you have it. Long live Nick Drake. Thank God for the original Pancake House. I hope everybody has a great week, and stay tuned. I hope to get something out that's going to be pretty fun to watch. I hope I'm not hyping this too much. On Tuesday. Take care.